Hello, my name is Elizabeth Kalana. This is going to be my persuasive speech on universal healthcare and why I think we deserve it. This is my mother, Rosemary. She will be my audience today. Why I think we deserve universal healthcare is because as a mom of two, I currently do not have healthcare, and it's very important that I have healthcare. But unfortunately, because of the economy, and unfortunately how expensive it is just for me by myself is almost like 200 something dollars just for myself. That is super expensive, especially I get decent pay, but it's not enough. So why I believe we deserve universal health care, I believe we need some help when it comes to the government. I feel like the government should have some of the responsibilities in governing, healthcare for us. That's why they're there. That's why they're there to do their jobs. They're there to work for us. That's why we put them into office. So, why I think us Americans we're not ready for universal healthcare is because I think we have this notion or this idea that the less the government controls us, the better. I feel like in some way we don't trust the government, so that's why I feel like we decided, you know what, no, I'm gonna choose my own healthcare. I don't want them choosing for me. They're gonna choose something that it's not gonna be right for me. Like we have this notion in our mind where the government is doing harm to us rather than helping us. And this has been going on for decades. We've had conservatives and independents saying, you don't want the government choosing for you. You don't want the government to be. You don't want to be relying on the government. But in reality, we need the government to pass this through, as that's the only way that we can have universal health care. The states, we've had a couple of states try to do something with universal health care, but then either they need to go back to get more money or it's just a huge mess. So I think this needs to go federal. This needs to go with the government. If the government is involved and they help us, then hopefully we can start somehow, some way, doing some type of steps for universal health care, which we did with Obamacare. Obamacare, a lot of people say that it was super expensive, it wasn't working for them, but in reality it did what it was supposed to do, cover the majority of the people that didn't have healthcare before. So in some ways we did have universal healthcare. Yes, it did have its problems, it did have its flaws, but it did what it was supposed to do. Why I also believe we're not ready for it is because we have private insurance companies or lobbyists. They've been there for decades. They've already know their ways around the system. They already know their ways of influencing government officials. So for them, I feel like they have so much power and they have so much say in the healthcare system that's going to be very hard for us to switch to universal healthcare because it would affect them. They get to say, oh, they pretty much bargained for us since we don't really know what the prices are for, like, for example, a shot that you may need for your knee or a pill that you may need that's going to probably save your life. We don't know what the actual price is. So we just kind of leave it to private companies. They kind of just choose a price for us. So in reality, like a pill that you can take that, it can be for your knee or for your back, it'll cost us here like $200, $300. In Europe, it costs like 50, $80. But we don't know that because we don't let the government choose for us. We don't let them say, oh, no, that's too expensive. You shouldn't be taking that. You should be taking this. So private insurance companies, they pretty much get to choose the prices they want. They get to say, oh, you should choose this one. It's a lot better. And it turns out to be more expensive. So they're pretty much just kind of like bribing us in a way just to gain for themselves. And then when it comes to universal health care, they're already ready. They're ready for us to say, oh, we want universal health care because they're going to come after us and they're going to be like, nope. They're going to stand their ground. They're going to try to fight everything that we can. So it's going to be really hard for us to switch to universal health care, but I think there's a possibility that we can because now we're having more people standing up and actually talking about it. We have senators, we have congressmen, congresswomen actually talking about it, making it more known rather than having it more feared. So I believe why my conclusion for why I believe we deserve universal health care is because it's just beneficial for all of us. We're all covered. I don't have to wake up one more morning and wait and wonder, do I still have my health care? Like, am I gonna be able to pay it off? Would I have to choose between my health care and my rent, or my health care and my car insurance? Like, I won't have that type of anxiety, and I won't have that type of fear that I have to choose whether I should take care of my health, or I should take care of my responsibilities. It's kind of like a weight off my shoulder, or in that, and I feel like most Americans will feel the same way. But we have to let go of the notion that the government is not going to help us in that direction, that they're not looking to help us when it comes to the healthcare.